What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. I do hope you are doing well. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. As you can tell, I am now back from London. I'm back in my office. Nearly said room. Office/studio. The door's open, which is weird for me, but it is hotter than Hades out here at this moment in time. We are talking 30 odd degrees, 31 degrees. In London, it peaked at about 34. We stopped off to get some charge for the electric car, and it was 36, 37 where we were charging the car. It was stinking hot, but we managed it. We did all right. I even managed to wear a pair of jeans, so make of that one what you will. So, before we get into the video as well, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that donated or has donated to my niece's Race for Life. Just to point out again, if you haven't done so and you would like to, nobody is expecting you to do it, but it would be really, really nice if you could help out. Down on the screen here, there's a QR code. If you just copy that and then just go to my niece's page, she's trying to raise as much money as is humanly possible for cancer research, which is something obviously close to everybody's heart. And she's wanted me to pass on her sincerest gratitude for those that did, and my sincerest gratitude to those guys that have donated. That is immensely proud that you guys have done that, so thank you very, very much. But if anybody else does want to, then please feel free, follow the QR code, and you can donate as much or as little as you want to. But like I said, thank you so much for your help so far in that one. It's greatly appreciated. Couple of things to talk about, I suppose, because news is going to be in a bit of a low flux state at this moment in time. More information coming out. The first one is obviously Paraag's statement that came out yesterday. Depending on what side of the fence you sit on with the 49ers, you're either going to really, really like it or you're going to really, really hate what he had to say. Some people have read into it meaning that we haven't got a pot to pee in again, and some other people have read into it that it just is somebody just trying to manage everybody's expectations. The way that I look at it, for me, it's sensible ownership again. There's nothing in there that we don't know, that we didn't think was going to happen, just in terms of what he said and the way that it was said. Just, it's that the second year is one of the hardest years when it comes to being in the Premier League and what you need to do and to try and build that sustainability and kind of where we need to be. I've set it up myself in terms of how I feel about it and what I thought about it, just this second season itself and what we need to do, which is raising the floor of the team overall. And that is probably going to mean that some of your favourite players might be walking out of the door. But I've said this before, to enable us to do that, we have to do things that sometimes we don't like to do. Then hopefully we should be able to bring in the better players for that. But just in terms of things that he pointed out in his little piece that he gave, obviously he mentions that Daniel and the squad have delivered a special campaign in a league where promoted clubs usually struggle. Survival in our first season back is a significant accomplishment. We're also especially proud to have recorded our first league win at Old Trafford since 1981, and to have reached our first FA Cup semi-final since 1987. This season, clearly one of the determining factors for the squad was your energy at Ellen Road. We collected 32 points on home soil. We'll need that energy next season to ensure it remains a fortress. I mean, I went to practically bar 3 every single home game this season. There was never a time, apart from around about November, especially when that chap ran onto the pitch to try and demand Farker make a substitution, but there was never really a time where I felt that we were ever really massively in trouble, or that the crowd wasn't behind the squad. So I think it's a fair comment to make in that. What else did he mention? He mentions obviously with regards to PSR and now moving to the squad cross ratio, which means that we can spend 85% of our turnover. And if you believe the reports, we are set to get a windfall of about 146 million in terms of prize money for our position in the league, which is fantastic. So we can spend up to 85% of our turnover. Some financiers expect us to get somewhere in the region of 260 million as a turnover in total money-wise. It is still going to be a struggle this year, but we are in a good position. What I would say is, on that basis, is that I would look at it as us being probably in a similar position to what we were last season, but what I would say is that we're going to be supplemented by player sales. And those player sales should allow us to bring in a higher level of player, or players that we want to bring in. We're going to get into mega silly season soon with transfers and the types of people that we're getting linked with, all of that good stuff. I mean, it's already started. So what I would say with that is just keep your gunpowder dry. It's going to be a weird transfer window because of the World Cup. We have to be ready for that anyways. It's just the way that it's going to be. So just be prepared for it to be either very, very slow or things to happen more towards the end of the transfer window. And go and listen to reliable news sources for information that you want. And yes, I am going to plug it, but one of the best places to go and get your best sources and news information is from one of my best mates, Ger Lynch, at the Leeds View. Go and watch his daily news conference, daily news snippets that he does, where he can disseminate all the information for you, particularly from a rumour mill point of view. He knows where to put things in. He's a very, very good news aggregate. So just make sure you will be anyways, but just make sure that you're going watching that. So they've said that they're going to be, or Paraag has said that he's going to be strategic. They're going to be disciplined. They remain ambitious, but measured and deliberate. They still are working on the fact that it's going to take 3 seasons to fully establish themselves as a Premier League team, or to establish Leeds United as a Premier League team, which I understand to a certain degree. We've overachieved this season. I think that's a fair comment to make. I think 16th was what was expected. 16th would have been the position, I think, if I was asked at the start of the season, and I had us maybe finishing 16th, would be a fantastic season for us, and we've gone 2 positions further, and had it not been for everybody being on the beach against West Ham, we probably could have finished higher up the table as well. We probably could have finished 12th, but just the overall performance of the team, the manager and everybody, we've overachieved this season. But I think it's important that we have an ownership model that is telling us just temper it slightly. We've got something that we're working towards, and this is what we're trying to do. Paraag also goes on to say that remaining in the Premier League allows us to keep building both on and off the pitch with our global support base, commercial growth opportunities, stadium expansion project, which is flying along, by the way, and a world-class football operation. And we believe strongly in the future for Leeds United. He then goes off to finish it off by saying that he thanks Daniel, the players and the staff of Leeds United who've worked tirelessly throughout the season to achieve the objective. And then he finally ends it by thanking us, the fans, for everything that we've brought to the table and the way that we've supported the team throughout the season, and mentions that he's incredibly confident with what comes next for Leeds United. And I take it as a real positive. I mean, some people were going, with Leeds United, we haven't got a pot to piss in again, and this, that and the other, and the fraudy Niners and everything that goes with it. We're in this weird situation where we are always going to have, whether we like it or not, a group of fans who like, respect and understand what the 49ers are doing, and a group of fans who can't stand the 49ers, can't stand Red Bull, feel like it's not being done quick enough, when what we need to be able to do is we need to be building a sustainable model for Leeds United. And rushing or trying to run before you can walk can absolutely bite you in the backside. Now, I'm going to mention Sunderland on this one, and it's not knocking them, because I think it's a fantastic achievement that they've managed to get European football. However, because of SCR, because of the turnover, they're going to have significantly less to spend, because they can only spend 70% based off of the SCR model. So they're going to have significantly less to spend, not only just on their squad for the Premier League, but also on the squad that's going to be needed for European football as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes for them. Like I said, I've got nothing but respect for what they've achieved. I know we had that tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, but nothing but respect for what they achieved. But it's going to be tough for them next season. That absolutely is an absolute given. Overall, Paraag's statement, for me, I feel it's a really, really good statement. I don't feel like it's anything bad. It's what I want to hear from a sensible ownership model. It's not that I don't want to hear we're going to go at it really, really, spend all of the money and because for me that just fills me with dread, and it makes me think of the Ridsdale era, and it makes me think of how bad that could turn out for us. So I just take that as a really normal, genuine holding email that any owner would make. And, you know, like I said, some people are going to read into it that they like what it is. Some people will read into it that they don't like what it is, which is absolutely fine. You're entitled to your opinion. My opinion is, I think it's an absolutely fine, decent statement to make. No issues with it whatsoever at all. Then, what I wanted to go on and talk to is a couple of bits and pieces that I really like Squawker, and I really like the information that they give out. So I'm going to put up on screen somewhere where you can see all the bits and pieces of information just with related to a couple of bits and pieces. So most clearances in the English Premier League in the top 10. Strauch has made it into the top 10 with 207 clearances this season, which is a phenomenal achievement. When you look at it as goals scored, you then look down, number 8, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 14th in that. 8th with that, with 14 goals that Calvert-Lewin scored. Again, I say this all the time, but not bad for a free striker. Chances created, number 4 in that list, Anton Stach, with 63 chances created. First season in the Premier League. He's been injured a few times this season as well. He's got significantly less minutes than everybody else this season. So for him to get that 63 is absolutely an incredible achievement for him. He's one of my favourite players and one of my standout signings of the season, 100%. Interceptions this season. Ethan Ampadu sitting in joint 4th place with Gay from Manchester City with 50 interceptions this season. I have Ampadu, and I've mentioned about it, it's probably one of the most popular videos that I've done so far this for the season, is Ethan Ampadu, my player of the season, and that just backs it up. Absolutely backs it up 100%. 50 interceptions made this season. Phenomenal, phenomenal achievement. Aerial duels one. Here's a really interesting one. Dominic Calvert-Lewin sat in 5th position there. 128 aerial duels. Not just duels, but duels won. 128 of them. Again, fantastic signing for us. Unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Then, the Finalysis team of the season. If you look in there, a really, really good thing that you can see there. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has made it into the Finalysis team of the season, Premier League. Now, this is a thing that's done by fans. This isn't algorithms. This isn't certain little bits and pieces. This is done by fans. And this is incredible. Again, our free striker making it into the Premier League team of the season. And it's amazing. It's really good. But what it shows is how good we've been as a team this season. We've been absolutely brilliant as a team this season. And you can't knock that or deny it. It's been fantastic. And then what I just wanted to point out as well, with regards to West Ham, TalkSport put out a little bit of information that West Ham owe 196 million in unpaid transfers and face a very challenging financial period. Now, there is also the other 160 million that they need to drum up for the championship season next season. They potentially have to find somewhere in and around £300 million next year, if reports are to be believed. This could be an incredibly sticky period for West Ham moving forwards. It could be serious, serious trouble. But they'll have the largest stadium in the Championship. Nobody else can sing that. And then finally, just because everybody knows my love for our American boy, I just wanted to put up this little piece that just talks about the high-intensity pressures for the 25-26 season. And the thing that's interesting there, Brendan Aronson is sat at number 1 with 1,931 high-intensity pressures. But look who's also sat up there as well. In 4th position, Dominic Calvert-Lewin with 1,826 high-intensity pressures. I love that for Brendan Aronson. I really do love that for him. That, for me, that's a really, really great stat to have there. But also, as well, our free striker has just done absolute bits this season, and he's kept himself fit. Credit to the fitness team, all of that good stuff, and he's managed to achieve that. It's fantastic. I mean, you can't say anything fairer than that. It's going to do it for this one, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. It's just a little light video just to bring a little bit of information. I haven't talked on the Paraag statement too much, so I wanted to just talk about it And just to give you, you know how I like my stats, so it's important for me to be able to throw stats and information and stuff like that in there. Just a little reminder as well, here, the Race for Life thing. If you haven't done it, if you could do, if you are able to do it, I would really, really appreciate any help and support that you can give on that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you're subscribed. If you're listening to the audio, the link for stuff will be in the description of the audio for that as well. Make sure notifications are turned on. Make sure that you're commenting, sharing, liking, hyping, and make sure you're liking the audio as well. Like I said, I'm absolutely sweating my tits off. You've probably seen me get increasingly shiny as this video has gone on. Take care of each other, and most importantly, please, please, please take care of yourself. We'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, guys. Cheers.